And welcome to IRL for round 5, and it's Austria. I am Sondre Sorag, joined by Jared Fosbury.
Good evening.
Good evening indeed. Unfortunately, we're sitting here with quite a small grid today, but the drivers wants to race, so we'll let them race. But nonetheless though, Jared, with this, who are you expecting to be on pole?
Well, I've been a broken record all the way through the past rounds. It's been Louis who's been at the top, winning every single round. And also with his rival, Simon Pike, who has a race, 3-race ban now, so he's not really going to be challenged by the racing point. So I think Louis, Anton, and then possibly Sean. But if Shane does turn up midway through quali, he could be a person up there because he did a 3-7 in FP quali. It was in the Merc. But I think he can do that in equal cars as well, so he could be a shout to be at the top.
Indeed he can, but however though, Shane will have to start at the back of the grid, so I think it's more going to be about, for him I think it's going to be more about trying to see how many positions he can get and pretty much how far up he can reach in the end.
It's true as Anton, I believe. Oh no, that's actually Alfa Romeo who's on the first lap. That's Thomas Input, I believe. In the Alfa Mediums. So may try the alternate strat. As the safest bet is soft hard. Soft mediums can make it at your own risk. I know on Sunday for F5 I'm going soft hard. He has a bit of a kick on the rear end out of the hairpin, which this year has been more of a struggle to get quite right with the traction. As Delta's left, the sessionalty can make it back. Let's see what the Alpha Sector 2 time is. It's 45.2, so it's alright there with the mediums. At least it's not doing the glitch what happened with Tim for FP. As he comes around the final corner then, avoids the curve completely and does a 1 minute 4.9 on mediums. Not bad lap. Oh, as Anton's gone off, Sondre, on the final corner, and he unfortunately doesn't finish off his lap.
Unlucky for Anton. However though, Anton also one of the drivers who will probably be up there challenging. Gotta say, Sean O'Sullivan in his Racing Point should not be looked over either, and as well as Patrick in his Renault. And Mumford with a happy surprise last week, Jared, with I believe second place in the end, showing some great race, leading a lot during the race too. So there's definitely challengers here for Lewis, but there's just nobody who's managed to crack it quite yet how to beat him. However, as you mentioned though, his rival Villa did well, he would have cracked him last week, but for anyone who watched last week's race, they would know then that Will pretty much screwed himself over crossing the finish line right before, so. And him also gifted Lewis the possibility of actually taking 4 in a row.
That is true, and some actual motivation there for Adam. Jessica said in the chat, I am breaking up with Gravity if he doesn't win. So Adam, you've got to win or your relationship is over.
Oh, a lot of pressure on Mr. Corrigan then, as he's now sitting there thinking, I gotta pull something out of the bag, if not then it's bye-bye birdie.
Oh, Sean does a 1.3.7, Delta has made it back, so Sean now takes the lead, and that was actually, I believe, a couple hundredths faster, or maybe a couple of thousandths faster than the FP time what Shane did. So we're already in the threes, and it's good to see. as I believe the next person actually on in that lap is Adam, but he isn't the car ahead. It's Ross who's next up, Sandra.
We'll move over to the Ferrari there of Ross Denholm then,
Scratch that, he's lagged out. Adam's next.
as we're heading over to Mr. Corrigan after all. Corrigan, who has a lot of pressure on himself now.
Indeed.
Not gonna lie, Adam is kind of a dark horse for a race win too. Like, he's improved a lot since last season. Obviously, last season also improving a lot towards the end of the season, taking his first ever IRL win. Or was it the second to last race or something like that? As he's heading through turn 1 to start his lap, then no invalidation. So that's a good start. As Shane asks, since when we're just with Adam in the first place. Adam now coming down towards turn 3 or turn 4, depending on how you look at it. Officially, I believe it is turn 4. Adam now trying to drag that unstable Alfa Romeo through the second sector and in towards the penultimate corner, and a very easy place to either lose it or lose a lot of time. Nonetheless, he gets through and goes over the line to do a 103.9, which puts him in third place.
That's a good lap from him, and that motivation from Jess has already made him pick up his pace as he's in third, and he's got a lot to do if he wants to keep the birdie.
And invalidations for both Mumford and Anton, so
Louis on a lap actually right now.
So let's head over to the championship leader then. Not sure how good his medium lap were, to be honest, Jared, but that gap up to Sean in first so far. It's a very short track, so I'm not sure if the soft tires are that much quicker.
Softs overall on this track, roughly 8/10, so it's not really that far off. He might have made a mistake because me and run, but it's better than mine anyway because I won't even be able to do that on mediums. So it's good enough as a banker for now. He has got 9 minutes to strap the softs on. A bit of hesitation there from Louis. But the mediums could be the best bet to go on in this race, as Louis takes pole with a 3.2. Alright, settle down.
Maybe his medium lab was not that good then.
Wow, I wasn't actually expecting a 3.2 from these guys. Sean's on another outlap. What about Della? I know he was on a flyer next.
Ivan is heading into the penultimate corner right now in his Ferrari, then through the final corner and towards the line. It's going to be a 104.6.
That's fifth fastest.
As Sean is on a lap again. It says he has a purple first sector, so he might be in for a good lap then. Taking a lot of the entry curve there. Now heading towards this fast left-hander before he goes into... Well, I guess you could call this a kind of an S section, couldn't you, Jared?
Well, yeah.
Short S, but... Now towards the final two corners, and what will the lap be? Make sure to not go out too wide. It's a 103.5 and a couple of tenths off Lewis.
Assist, Andrew, that lap's good. From Sean.
Anton has invalidated again. Ross
Mystic was purple.
Denholm is struggling with his internet right now, it looks like.
And he was purple in Sector 2.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I'll have to invite him again.
Huge trip down for him. However, not as huge of a rip as for Adam, who's sitting fourth right now. Not the position he needs, is it?
Nah, definitely not.
Let's
He's gonna be
see.
very
Mumford
emotional.
is out on a new lap.
Oh,
Oh,
Mumford's
and
gone.
Mumford in turn one spins right onto the grass, and I don't know.
Ironically,
He
that's what
might
Shane did
be.
in FP.
Well, I mean, it is. I was gonna say it's an easy thing to do, but you gotta really hit that corner wrong to do that. Nonetheless, though, Anton has gone on to a lap now, and he's not invalidated so far. It says he's purple in sector 1. However, we do know that it can be misleading sometimes. Now going through the second sector here and into the fast-paced corners. And he is currently up on his lap, but not by a lot apparently. Although he has actually set a lap, so maybe his first two sectors weren't that bad. However, coming out of the final corner, it's going to be a 103.5, and it's right ahead of Sean here. As Adam has gone into the pit again. What about Louis Vassman? He's going through turn 1, and gotta say, Jared, the amount you can cut the inside curb in turn 1.
Yeah, sometimes you can get away with it. Same with turn 3, you can cut that a little bit more than you did in the last game. But this year's track limits are a bit stricter, but they can let you off sometimes, but in the second sector it's more consistent.
Well, I mean, you say turn 3 though, but the thing is, you don't really gain anything by cutting turn 3. Turn 1, however, you can gain a lot. As Lewis is currently 1.5 tenths up on his time. Heading into the final two corners here. Now through the final corner and heading for the finish line. It's going to be a 102, 103 flat.
Okay, if this guy gets in a 2, Sandro, we're making him use full assists just to slow him down a little bit, because this is
full assist. Are you including braking assist in that, Jared?
everything. ERS, braking assist, every assist possible. Slow this guy down. This guy's on a mission with the 3 flat. If he can do a 2.9, that's very good, and that's really strong pace.
Now let's see, Ivan King through turn 1.
Both are always through turn 1, actually. Ross is... he's 16, and he's a 15. Ross is purple, sector 1. That made a mistake. Has Ivan made a mistake? Here he has. He's giving slipstream to his teammate.
We'll head over to Ross then. It's currently Thomas Mumford is also on a lap. Or is he? As there is Shane, and actually then Shane might actually be able to sneak in a quali lapper.
Oh, very close to invalidating.
Over the line, nonetheless, it's going to be a 103.9. And Mumford was on a lap, but he has invalidated.
Might go for another.
It looks like he is. And they're heading towards turn 1 then again for Thomas Mumford. As we can see, Shane is in his car now. Mumford through turn 1, gets cleanly through there. Now heading through turn 2, that little kink, and towards the official turn 3, as he's 1.5 tenths up on his lap right now, Jared. However, I think there is more time to catch for him in the second and third sector.
Yeah. The 10. Awesome.
Now Mumford is going around these fast-paced corners. Quite a nice section to drive, isn't it?
Yeah, Austria is a nice place to drive. Just
well, not the second to last and last corner in my opinion, but the rest of it.
Well, it was for you and
now,
Scott.
Ooh, Thomas Mumford manages to not invalidate. It's a 103.5, and it's actually just ahead of Anton and Sean. As Shane is out, he's not currently on a lap. However, Adam Corrigan is going through the final corner and towards the line. It's going to be a 103.7 and a 0.2 improvement from Adam. It says Shane is on lap, but he's definitely not on a lap.
He's got time.
Well, he's starting his lap now. Through the final corner and on to his lap it is. Shane Kelly going through turn 1. Is he gonna get... Whoa, yeah.
That would have woke him up. Ross has been...
Question is though, how was that turn 1 for Shane now? What happened to Ross?
He turns way too much. I think he binned it right in the pit lane. He turned way too much and cut the corner there for Shane. And he ain't going to have enough time to do another run. Kieran, on the other hand, isn't on a lap either, but he's going to be close.
Nobody should be just about able to make it, I think. Patrick Sonius, though, he's going through...
he's invalidated.
He's invalidated, actually. Sean O'Sullivan is on a lap. So we'll follow the racing point as he has 2 cars right in front of him on the grid.
Well, Anton's ahead of Rocky and Anton.
Can Sean improve his lap? Now Sean gonna go through that second sector. I saw him tapping the grass there. That's not gonna help. That's gonna lose him a little bit of time. Now heading towards the penultimate corner. I don't think this lap has been that quick. However, and that's invalidated too.
And Anton moves to second with a 3.4. What about Kieran then? With no hands, Sondre. I think he's a danger.
Let's see, Kieran through the final corner. He's gotten 1 lap, but that's all he's gotten, and he's gonna do a 1:05.1, I think it said.
Yeah, 5.115 goes 9th. And Louis Quinlan has actually said he's on a break at work right now, and he couldn't let you know, but he apologises.
I did see it. Nonetheless, the grid then is Louis Wassman on pole position ahead of Anton Ruoho. Then Thomas Mumford in 3rd place, Sean O'Sullivan in 4th, followed by Adam Corrigan in 5th, who's going to have a very difficult task of winning today. Then Patrick Sonius in 6th, in 7th Ross Denholm, followed by his teammate Ivan King in 8th, Kieran Spears in 9th, then Shane in 10th.
I never know, Sondre. We could have a full wet race, which will spice it up.
Full wet race? Oh my god. Is it gonna be wet?
Oh no, Ross has left the session. Oh. As Matt Ramona says, Adams spins 3 times guaranteed.
Indeed. Ah, not indeed.
Hopefully Ross can make it back, because I think he can actually take back control, but I don't know if the glitch where you can corner cut every corner. He has rejoined. I'll have to keep an eye on him on his own and his race director, Sandra.
I do believe we see his car there.
Yeah, his car is on track.
Yeah, his car is on track. It is in Ghost at the moment though, but he should have time to get in it. As we see, there is this pit strategy, lap 14 to 15 from soft to mediums. You can also do soft to hards, but then you gotta pit a little earlier. However, it is very overcast there, Jared. I do have a feeling that we might see some rain, as Ross has lagged out again.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'll be able to join back now. Hopefully he can fix his internet, because it is a bit of an issue, because he's actually pretty quick.
Well, he's showed a decent pace in the past.
It looks light in Sector 1, but it looks really dark in Sector 3, so could be a high possibility of rain. As I see Alfa Romeo's on top of Keenan.
As they're lining up on the grid. We have 5 red lights and away we go, and it's not a hold for once. And look at that, who is that with the amazing start on the inside? That is Patrick Sonniers. However, he can't really get too much there, as it looks like he's lost the back end a little. And I see wing damage there at Adam.
Well, there's one spin from Matt.
True. As we see Sean battling Patrick here. Going out of turn 3, then going down towards turn 4. They're still side by side. Sean on the inside, he's not going to back out of it as he goes down the inside of Patrick. Patrick trying to hang it around the outside. They're still side by side. Nobody's looking to have the upper hand right now. However, Patrick is going to get that position in the end, and he stays in 4th place there.
Ivan's under pressure now by Shane. Shane's had already a good start moving into 7th. Kieran not that far behind. So you can see these two possibly challenging Ivan very soon. Patrick's already picked up a penalty, and it's only just about to start that one on. He makes a mistake, and look at that, Sean.
Oh, Patrick with a huge mistake there, which takes Sean up into, and the timing's messed up, but I believe it is 4th place.
Oh, he gets a good run though. Ivan and Patrick side by side out of turn 1. He isn't thinking what I think he is. No, he's not. Oh, bit of contact. Fair race, and then Shane's not that far behind.
Oh, but look at this though. Patrick is not gonna take it. He's gonna go right around the outside of Ivan. Locks up a little, is still on the outside. This is the same situation as Sean. However, he gets much better traction on the exit and takes the position back there. As now Ivan is also getting a little challenged by Shane right behind him. As look at this, Anton has made the move on Thomas Mumford going into the second to last corner. Has moved himself up into second place. As Anton actually takes the fastest lap of the race so far there.
Now DRS isn't able, and Thomas Mumford should have another go on
Oh.
Anton.
Well, he should have been able to, but looks like he might be waiting for this second straight.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to save that.
Oh, and it's a virtual, and how unlucky can Thomas Mumford be? As he was just about to make the overtake on Anton there.
And the reason why there's a VSC, Sondre, Ivan lost complete control on the straight when you, I believe, famously DNF'd it in IRL last season. But he went into the gravel.
We don't need to talk about that, Jared.
No front wing, but unfortunately he reset the track, so he will be getting a 5-second penalty for that. And fortunate for him, as Adam then will be happy with the VSC, because he probably slowed him down, save fuel.
Oh, Thomas Mumford is right back on the rear of Anton here. We can see Meme in the background there. He's also within DRS range on these two. Now heading on to the long straight. Thomas Mumford opens his DRS once again. Is he going to be going for a move into turn 3? He is not. It's really looking like he's just going to wait and try to grab the move on this straight. As we now see him pushing, he's using his overtake. He's going to go for the outside line into turn 4. He's going to try to brake later. Anton's still on the inside. They're still side by side. As we now can see, Thomas Mumford on the inside, still trying to take this position away from Anton, as he's looks like he's managed to take it now.
You're losing your voice. Sean is actually closing up on
Corona
as well. Had too much beer. As Mumford is, I think Mumford's running a bit higher wings than Anton. No, Anton, you're not. He's going for the inside into turn 1. Oh, bit of contact.
Oh, that's a tricky move to try and pull off. And he's actually lost his position to Sean there. And Sean is having great momentum as he's going right at Thomas Mumford to grab that second place. However, Thomas is still there. He's going to fight with everything he has. But it looks like Sean should have gotten this position now. Oh, and look at this. Thomas and Anton here go. Anton down the inside. I do believe I see some moving in the background too. It's Shane on his teammate there. As the timings are messed up completely now and I can't see the gaps between anyone.
That'll fix itself when it comes back across the finish lines, because Mystic joined and left. I actually let him know that he's on to rejoin now.
Nonetheless though, here we go, we get the timings again. Look at this, Anton once again right on the rear of Sean O'Sullivan here, heading down the long straight to turn 3. Anton with his DRS open. Sean, is he gonna try to defend his position? Anton is gonna go down the inside. Sean is on the outside. Anton leaves him the room, and it looks like Sean should still have this position. However, Anton with DRS should, well, none of them seems to have a DRS actually, as Anton goes down the inside and takes that position, and we can see that Shane in the background is about to pass Patrick too, as he takes away P6 from Patrick here.
Oh, there's Shane picking up the penalties, costing the win in FP. Hopefully it don't cost him a chance for a win or even a podium this week.
Oh, well, it very much could, as penalties. When you first pick up one, it's so easy to pick up another. Now let's see then, Anton in the lead of this train. Sean falling a little bit too far off Anton to make a move. Thomas Mumford, same there. We can see that Shane is a little under pressure from Kieran. As Adam Corrigan has gone on to the hard tires, Jared.
Yeah, I think it's make or break, you know. He's been told what happens if he doesn't win. He's got to push.
True.
I don't know, is Sean on a wheel or something? Because
I believe he is, yeah, why?
well, I didn't even know that, you know. He's only been in IRL for a couple of seasons now, and he's doing a magnificent job in third place, saving his ERS, not using it as much as Anton is. He's already on 10%, but he needs to stay with Anton.
Oh, that's a good
try and catch up with the
point.
leader.
However, I do believe Anton is on that little as he's tried to break the ERS with the drivers behind. However, he hasn't managed to break it though, and that could leave him very vulnerable now to Sean. As we can see, Sean closing up very much on Anton down the long straight. However, I think he might have put himself a little too far back going into turn 4 here, unless it's going to be a huge dive. However, he does not go for that. There is nobody in the background either, even though Shane is getting quite close to Mumford. Tom saying that his purpose in F5 now is to see Matt getting a penalty. However, lap 9, can we see Sean getting back past Anton, or is Anton gonna be able to stay ahead? We can see Sean once again closing a lot now. However, Anton having a decent exit from turn 3 here, but now I think he might be under attack from Sean here, as Sean is closing. Just not enough though. We can see in the background, I see some people locking up into turn 4 here with Jared.
It's quite easy corner to lock up, but on Sean's driving, he's not really using his overtake, so he's not really ready to attack. He's already at 100% ERS. So I think Sean's just staying behind so he can save the ERS a bit of fuel, and then go for the attack later on, because he may even try the soft medium strategy. And look at that, Anton's rear end kicking a little bit out in the final 2 corners.
Ooh.
So rear end. I saw a car.
Alright, that was the... wait, who... I'm not sure. It was Shane who went into the pit. I thought I saw somebody lose their back end. However, me and Sean O'Sullivan still on the rear of Anton here. He goes a little bit deep there. That's not going to help his cause. And look at this. Thomas Mumford might fancy a move here now. However, his exit is not good enough to challenge Sean. As Sean is showing himself to Anton there, saying that I'm here and I'm ready. Anton seems to be doing quite well in the second and third sector, which gives him a little bit of a gap to Sean. Shane went on to the mediums, Jared. That is pretty early in my opinion.
Lap 11, yeah, that is actually a bit too early. Those mediums will not make it. I don't think he's made the right call. I think hards would have been the better option. Mediums.
However, though, I think it might be raining coming, as I've just seen that Patrick has gone on to soft tires. And considering he started on softs, we know that he's not going to the end on those. And we both know that a 2-stop is not better than a 1-stop here.
That's true. The only way a 2-stop could possibly work, though, if there was a late safety car, like a real late safety car, 2-stop could work, but right now Patrick is purple in sector 2, so Patrick's really picking up the pace in the Red Bull and the softs.
He's gonna be catching his teammate Shane in not long then.
Maybe that's why Adam's actually on hards then, maybe that's why he pitted. I've got to say that Lewis is doing a very good job in the lead, Sandra. 5.8 seconds, he's ready to take a 5th win in a row. I think he'll be doing a Jensen Button when Jensen Button was in the Brawn. Right now though, Louis is looking quite dominant, no mistakes at the moment, and keeping it cool and relaxing in first place. Is getting now 6.1 seconds.
In the meantime, we can see that Patrick on his soft tires has caught up to his teammate Shane on the mediums. However, he's not going to be able to get close enough to make any moves here. As we see, Lewis is into the pit. He's in for medium tires. Once again, quite early pit stops from everyone here.
Oh no.
Oh.
Adam's off again.
Adam.
That's 2. One more for good luck. Patrick has a new fast lap of 6.3.
Oh, and look at this. Patrick is right on the end, right on the back end of Shane here. I don't think Shane is going to fight him that much considering their teammates. And of course the tires as well. However, Shane could try to stick with Patrick here then he would get a bit of a tow.
And Anton's in the pits then. Sean stays out. And I think Sean's making the better strategy call. Yeah, he may get undercutted, but he'll be on fresher tyres and the mediums will be able to make it to the end.
We're on 14, lap 14 now, Jared. I believe everybody's mediums will make it to the end from here. As Patrick puts up another fastest lap here with 106 flat. However, once again though, I do not think it's the right strategy if he's actually gone over to a 2-stop. But then again, it is quite overcast too, so it could be some rain incoming soon.
Tom says in the chat, Adam needs a safety car to save his relationship.
An awful lot of pressure being put on Adam today. As we see that Shane hasn't managed to stay with Patrick anymore now. He's lost a bit too much. As Adam right now on a set of mediums is on the back of Ivan King. Now Adam with DRS heading down. The DRS straight goes to the outside. He's gonna try to hang it around there, but he can't really get that move going. And I believe both these two are actually about to be lapped right now, Jared.
Where's Sean? Well, actually, no, they already have been lapped.
Oh, you are right, actually.
When Sean pits, Louis will be the net leader. But I did notice when the pit stop window did come up, Sean is on another set of softs. So rain could be inbound then, unless he is doing a 2-stop. As he comes into the pits.
Patrick. Oh, as Adam goes down the inside into the penultimate corner and takes that 9th place away from Ivan. However, though, Sean, like, he's have to have been hoping for rain or something, cause he stretched those soft tires way further than he had to.
So much time he's lost. To be honest, he actually hasn't lost that much time.
Ah, you say that, but he has lost quite a lot of time, Jared.
Well, I mean, the Kieran and Anton, he's managed to stay with them. Usually, if you stay an extra lap, you're on about 3 seconds down the road.
Yeah, you say that, but it was together with the 2 Red Bulls as well, Jared.
Yeah, but the Red Bulls did undercut and they jumped for Anton and Sean.
Yes. But Sean still lost quite a lot on that strategy.
True. Wonder what Patrick is doing then. 2.8 seconds from Louis, so he has gained.
He's really trying to put in some fast lap times here now. The only issue is, though, he's gonna have to pit again. And that's gonna lose him a lot of time, and I don't see him gaining back that much time after his last pit stop. As we see Meme now trying to get within striking distance on Kieran here. It is a little interesting to see, though, both Shane and Patrick on quite different strategies to everybody else, just like Red Bull in real life, pretty much.
Yep.
Shane obviously pitted much earlier than everybody else. Patrick, he's on a completely different strategy. As we're following Sean, who is on the tail of Kieran, however, not close enough to be making any moves, or maybe he's actually getting close enough now. Heading through the final few corners, and now we can see that Sean is within striking distance. Now on to the long straight, and will we see an overtake from Sean on Kieran there? He's a little too far behind right now. He's gonna have to make it on the second straight there. Now heading towards turn 4, and look at this, Sean right down the inside on Kieran as he makes his way up into 5th place there.
Good move, he made it work there, and he's now ahead of Kieran. So next objective is Anton, 2.7 seconds up the road, who will be catching up with Shane. So when those two battle, it will slow them down. As Patrick's gained a bit more time on Louis now, 2.9 seconds, and the cloud hasn't really changed from the start of the race. I don't think there is rain yet.
It hasn't actually, but it's still quite overcast, and like it is.
Delta! Ivan almost loses it out of turn 1.
Oh, and that is what the yellow flags are for too. Ah, but you are right though, it's not raining yet, but it certainly looks like it will. However, Kieran on Sean, he's gonna make the move back on Sean into the hairpin. Sean still on the outside, Kieran has DRS though. No wait, Sean actually got DRS. And he's gonna be making the move back on Kieran into turn 4. Currently we have these two battling for position, everybody else is a little more spread out. So we can see that Patrick has started to gain a little more time on Lewis again.
No, Kieran, you're not doing what into turn 1.
Ah, he's showing himself, but he's not going for it. However, he will probably go for it into turn 3 as we see them now
I think
heading
it's a
towards
DRS
turn
failure.
3, and his DRS might actually be broken. Or he actually has DRS now, though.
Yeah, but he was within DRS range earlier,
Yeah, I
and
just
then
don't think he used DRS. I just think he didn't want to be close enough too close to Sean going into turn 3 there, maybe. Because his DRS is not broken, so he's got to have chosen not to use it.
he made a mistake though in the double left-hander. Bit on the
However,
curve, which
Sean
was
is
on him.
looking to have it mostly under control right now. However, Anton is catching up to the back end of Shane. Anton, though, really pushing that ERS right now.
Oh, Ivan almost loses it again out of turn 1.
Looking very unsteady there.
Like the Ferrari in real life.
Well, yes, the Ferrari in real life did not look steady in Austria. Looked like it was as bad as the Williams back in 2019.
Still no
Adam
rain.
Corrigan picking up another penalty too.
It does look a bit darker though now in sector 3, a tiny bit.
Not a lot.
I think the rain's going to probably come lap 28, maybe 30, if there is rain.
I'm not gonna lie here, Jared. I'm starting to lose faith in any rain coming. Nonetheless, though, Anton right on the back of Shane here, heading up towards turn 3. Anton has DRS, but he has no ERS to use. As he's locking up a little as well. Oh, as Sean and Kieran are back at it. Look at Anton though. Really close to Shane here.
So I'm just laughing what Matt just put in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen what you've read, Jared.
And Patrick's in though, from softs, he's now gone to mediums now. But he's going to have to push like mad.
Well, not gonna lie, he has a task, a pretty huge task now, but he is gonna be on a much quicker set of mediums than the rest of the drivers on track right now.
That's Andre's expertise, guys. As Anton then gets into second place, Shane drops to
Okay,
third.
Jared, you wanna play it like that, I see.
Sean then into fourth.
How's that forehead going? Still huge?
Alright. Touche. Kieran though, keeping up with Sean. I think this technique, what these two are doing, it's just basically slipstreaming, is going to help them catch Anton and Shane. Gap now 1.4 seconds. This actually reminds me of what me and Callum did in FP to actually catch Shane.
But look at this though, Kieran is going to be going for a move on Sean here.
Sean just sends it back on him. Look at the superior traction. Oh, hang on, there's yellows. Is it Adam? It is. Same place. That is the time.
Adam not having his best race here. I am wondering, Jared, if he's learned from those times he's spent there now.
Oh, he's in the gravel again. No, I think the setup's all wrong. I think what Jessica said to him's got into his head.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, I've seen that.
Nonetheless, though, Shane a little too far back to be able to challenge Anton here. Sean, though, he is getting attacked by Kieran. Again, Kieran on the inside this time. Kieran's gonna send it. They're still side by side going through this corner. Sean seems to be getting the better exit. However, Kieran still has DRS. As these guys are fighting with everything they got. Kieran down the inside on Sean, side by side. Sean gets the better traction as they're heading towards his fast left-hander, and Sean stays in 4th place.
It's hurting him though, these two fighting. Kieran needs to realise he could get another position on Shane. Unless he's going to expect Shane getting a punch, because Shane's done 14 laps of mediums.
He has...
Hards from lap 11 were push. So, mediums, I don't know. I think he's going to do a 2-stop. I think he's going to go softs after this.
Interesting. However, Jared, we have a question in the chat here. Who won Monza? Question for you. As we see Kieran making the move on Sean, making it well ahead of the corner 2 as he takes back P4 from Sean. You planning on answering that question anytime soon, Jared?
Right, Stuart's a freaking vetoing that right now.
I'll be vetoing that after then.
It was George Fosbury on track, but Matt Romano won it because I had a 5-second penalty.
Oh. And how did you get that?
Someone rear-ended me.
By being stupid, I guess.
Yes.
Alright, Matt says mediums will make it to the end, but like 80%, so... As Lewis has pitted for... Soft.
That's interesting.
Now that is very interesting. So he might have not had faith in his mediums then.
Yeah, but so under Sector 1, if it was a chance for the rain, Sector 1 is lightening up, so I don't think, as you said earlier, I think rain isn't going to be an issue now. It is really brighter than what it was at the start of the race. So I think Louis cost himself the win, to be honest.
Oof.
Timeout button ready.
Look at this, Sean and Kieran side by side through the second sector. Kieran's still in 3rd place right now, but Sean is really trying to get that position now. In the meantime, Louis Vassman 4 seconds down the road from these two. Tom Jewell, what's more entertaining, the comments or the race?
I think
Not gonna lie, right now both are pretty entertaining. The comments, they're just comedy gold. But the race, we have Sean and Kieran, who's been going at it for, well, 10 laps give or take now.
And also Adam's relationship is on the line.
True. As it looks like Kieran are going to be able to keep this position for now. Sean is looking like he's dropping a little back here.
Shane's not going to make these to the end someday. I can already see his fronts blistering already.
Interesting. However, the leader right now, though, Anton, he's on four lap fresher tires than Shane, so I'm pretty sure he's going to the end.
Oh yeah, definitely. If Shane can make him this long, surely.
However, not gonna lie though, Shane is looking like he's struggling now. He's losing time and he's been caught up by this battle between Kieran and Sean now.
To be fair, Louis could still win this race though. He's fifth, 1.26 off Sean. These guys are fighting for second. So he needs to really get past these quickly.
But that's the issue though, Jared. There's two guys here who is having DRS on a guy, so then for Lewis being behind in that train, it's gonna be a little difficult to actually make the pass if these all have DRS. Except for Shane, of course, as he's the front of this pack. Nonetheless though, Kieran might be close enough to make a move here. Actually, look at Lewis Vassman, he's gonna try to make a move at Sean. Sean breaks way too late, goes into the back of Kieran. Kieran loses momentum. Kieran might actually be in a little trouble as Lewis is right behind him now. Lewis is gonna have to stay behind Kieran and Shane for now, but what about Sean though? He's got to have damage after that.
Move. Sorry to cut you off, Louis making a move round the inside of the double left-hander there on Kieran, and easily the softs are starting to work a treat.
Round the inside, I think you mean down the inside there, Jared.
Oh, down round, as he's now on the outside, possibly Shane. I don't know if is that Shane pitting?
Oh, that is Shane pitting, so you were right then. Shane could not make them go to the end. And Lewis is back into second now. However, there is a gap of almost 5 seconds up to Anton though. We gotta remember, these soft tires, they start going off pretty early, so with 4 seconds to catch, he might not catch him in time.
True. We also have to count on pens at the end of the race as well, because I do know somebody does have a pen.
As Sean went in for the pit, so he got too much wing damage from that collision then. As Tom Jewell has just said it, F for entertaining with only 10 racers. Not gonna lie here, Jared, it's turnout has been horrible. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but the racing has been brilliant.
Yeah, you know, it's like IRL F2 season 6, I believe it was, or 7. We only had 8
no, that was garbage.
It was entertaining. It was entertaining, you know, I won the race, you know, not need to gloat, you know. But no, F4 today, all turnouts haven't been the best, but it's been really entertaining for all drivers. So hopefully turnouts can improve later on in the season, because we don't want a domination for Louis. But at the moment, it just looks like Louis is just going to dominate like the Mercedes have in real life. And he's slowly catching up on Anton now, 3.1 seconds on full lap softs, and could take the win if he keeps closing at this pace.
He could. There is only 4 laps left though, and he's gonna have to catch up and then make the pass too. And I'm not gonna lie, I think Anton will be hungry for that win, so I don't think he's gonna make it too easy for Lewis. So right now we might as well actually head over to Lewis and watch him a little while seeing him trying to catch up to Anton. Lewis is also pressuring that ERS now, Jared. He has used it all to try and catch time on Anton here.
Sean has a 5 flat then.
Oh, Sean with the fastest lap. 1.5 separating first and second right now. Lewis, maybe he can manage to sneak within the DRS range. He's not managed to sneak within the DRS range, so he'll have to wait for the next lap.
I think Adam's third place is, not Adam, Kieran's, sorry, third place is pretty safe. Patrick is 3.7 seconds, but he's been picking a couple of pens up, and I noticed Kieran's got 0 at the moment.
Oh, look at this now. Lewis is within striking distance. However, with pretty much 0 ERS to use, it's... Oh, as Lewis is trying to brake very late here. Can't make that move though, and now he's gonna try to go around the outside of Anton, heading through this left-hander. Anton staying on the inside, Lewis around the outside. He's gonna make this move work. And what a brilliant move by Lewis Wassman there. Oh, and actually looking at it, Anton doesn't have much ERS to play with either, Jared.
Yeah, he must have used it to try and keep the gap stable, but it hasn't worked. And well, hang on a minute. Kieran's got a puncher. Kieran is in the pits.
Oh.
So does that mean Anton could get a puncher this lap?
Oh, that is not looking too good for Anton then.
So that moves Patrick into third. Could Mumford take third and get another podium to his name?
Well, you say that, but Mumford is also on 20 lap old medium, so we might see him getting a puncture too. Question is though, Anton, he is still within DRS range on Lewis here, and he's trying to stick with him. So there could be pens for Lewis, as Anton is hell-bent on staying there. However, pushing the tires this much when we know they're in puncture territory, that is not a good idea usually. However, it's all or nothing for Anton here, it looks like. He's still within DRS range. He's gonna have DRS on this long straight. I can't seem to remember Lewis picking up any penalties during this race, but we might have missed one or two. Oh, Kieran right on the back of Sean here too now. Both on fairly fresh soft tires. Anton dropping a little further back from Lewis now as well. But look at this though, Kieran spares on Sean O'Sullivan. Kieran goes for the outside line. He takes the position away from Sean. Is Sean gonna be able to come back at him? Sean is gonna go down the inside of Kieran, but we're gonna have to go over to Lewis Wassman as he's crossing the line to take his 4th consecutive win. As Anton had penalties, so it's gonna be 2nd for him today. Next up is gonna be Patrick crossing the line to take 3rd place. Then Thomas Mumford picks up 4th place. Then Shane in 5th. Kieran is going to be the next driver on track, but he has Sean with him. As we see Kieran passing the line, but he gets passed by Sean on penalties. Then the final driver to cross the line will be Ivan King, as he's heading around the final corner, and surprisingly looks happy about his result.
Oh, as he just destroys a racing point there. But he is 9th, not 10th, since Ross lagged out, so...
As we see Louis Wasman on the top step of the podium here. But really gotta give it to Anton and Mumford though, finishing on those 21 lap old mediums in the end after Kieran got a puncture with his tires being 19 laps old. And actually a little bit of a split in strategies here today then, 2 stops and 1 stops. But it is Louis Wasman with his 4th win here, then Anton in 2nd, Patrick in 3rd, Mumford in 4th, Shane in 5th, Sean in 6th, Kieran in 7th, then Adam and Ivan will be 8th and 9th since Ross's car was his ghost and not himself. And are you getting them in, Jared?
Yep. So the top 3 was Louis, Anton, and Patrick.
Correct.
Is it flying grass or is it flying underscore grass?
No underscore, just flying grass.
Interesting. Doesn't exist. Hang on a minute. Sentiment black.
As we have Anton with us. Are we gonna get any of the 2 others? Does not look like it. You have invited them both, right, Jared?
Yeah, I've invited them both.
Well, then maybe they're just not coming for interviews this time, or there is Patrick at least. Well, Jared, if you want to start with 3rd place, Patrick.
Okay then. Well then, Patrick. Congratulations. Oh, actually, he hasn't loaded up for me, actually. Ah, there we go. Welcome, Patrick. Well done for 3rd place. Unfortunately, it wasn't a win or 2nd place. Did you think you could have won the race on that 2-stop strategy, or do you think a 1-stop strategy may have been the better strategy to go ahead in this race?
Oh, I don't know. I've trained with the 2-step, so I'm gonna to make 2-step in the race. And I think the strategy was pretty good, but I've made some little mistakes that cost me very much time. So yeah, P3 is okay.
P3 is okay, dude. And you also got that P3 also, I'm not going to say gifted with Kieran's puncher, but you were catching him very slowly. You know, if there was a late safety car, did you think you could have fighted with Anton and Louis today for the race victory?
I don't know.
Well then, any other questions I've got? Not at the moment. Sondra, have you got any questions to ask Patrick?
I can't remember too much of his. Well, actually, even though it did see most people ending up with a two-stop in the end, you did it a little bit differently than the rest. Though you chose to do soft, soft, medium instead of soft, medium, soft that we saw most others do. Like, did you try that because of the undercut, or?
I've tried because I want to push completely the first two stints and get a good pace and get good time to the cars behind. So I think it was the right call.
To be fair, you did end in third place again, place in the end, so you can't argue too much against that. Nonetheless, though, next race on the calendar will be Bahrain, I believe. How are you feeling for that track?
Well, Bahrain is a pretty nice track. I had it last week in the IRL, and there I had a very good pace and very good race, so I'm looking forward to it.
I see. Well, in that case, congratulations on today's podium and good luck for next week, Patrick.
Thank you.
And then we'll be heading over to Anton.
Hello, hello.
Good evening to you. And first of all, I gotta ask, because we saw Kieran getting a puncture on a couple of laps before the end with fresher tires than your own. So, like, how close to puncture was you in the end there?
It was very close, but I saved my tires all the time because I know it was a risk because I saw he got puncture, and I didn't take that much apex or anything, so I saved it.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Nonetheless, though, when Lewis caught up to you at the end, it was just about with, I believe it was 2 laps left when he passed you. At that point, it looked like you were trying to stay with him. Did you, like, were you sure about trying to stay with him, or did you think maybe just letting him go and make sure that you actually made it to the finish line?
I make sure I was a second. I let him pass, but I don't have pace, obviously, to keep that first position. So whatever. So he overtake me. If I would try defend the position more, I would get puncture probably. So it was big risk.
True. Nonetheless, though, you did end up in second place in the end, and as one of, I believe, 3 drivers doing a one-stop in the end. However, you did have some battles during the race, though. I believe you were in that mix with Sean, Kieran, that group. And we saw quite a lot of you struggling with your ERS. Was it difficult to save on this track?
Yeah, obviously it was very, very, very difficult to save it, but I use it almost every straight, so I get it back every corner. So I obviously get to defend my position all the time. As you can see, I had the second position almost whole race, and it was very difficult, of course, to defend those guys. They were very, very, very fast. I don't have enough space, and car was a bit sliding all the time, so I was a bit scared. Once on end of sector 2, I almost lost the car, so yeah.
I think we might have actually caught that when you almost lost the car a little. Nonetheless, though, a sliding car is not what you want, especially not on this track. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
next week we'll be heading to Bahrain. How is that track for you?
I hate Bahrain. It's so
Not the same answer as
trash.
Patrick then.
Yeah.
Well, what are your expectations gonna be there then?
I think I will try probably top 6. It's gonna be hard, but little bit training, like but 1 hour or 2 hours train, so probably I will get that P6.
Alright, well, nonetheless, congratulations on your podium today and good luck for Bahrain.
Thank you.
Welcome. Jared, if you want to head over to the race winner.
Well, Louis, 5 wins now in a row. I thought actually you weren't going to get the 5th win today with the strategy you were pulling off, because I thought you would have tried to take those mediums to the end. But you went for the 2-stop and you put it out the bag. You know, good pace in the end on those softs, and was showing that you've got the chance to win a 5th race. And here you are, you did it. And how does it feel to have a 5th win in a row and the championship looking very strong in your case at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, of course it feels great to win 5 races in a row. Before this, I didn't even win 2 races in a row. So yeah, quite happy to win now 5 in a row. Yeah, I mean, the pace was good from the beginning. When I was sitting in the pits with 3 minutes to go in the qualifying, I was thinking about not driving out because I thought I have pole safe and just save a set of tires. But in the end, I thought, okay, just get the best lap in qualifying is always nice. So I went out for another lap and yeah, got pole. Then from the start line, I dominated the race, I think. Yeah, quite a boring race until I pitted because I thought, okay, I think I can win the race. Also when I pit now, and then I pitted and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm not winning this, and maybe I'm not getting the fast lap. In the end, I still won, but I didn't got the fast lap, so I just made it unnecessarily difficult for me. But yeah, in the end, as long as you win, it's always okay. So yeah, quite happy to have now 5 in a row.
That's good to hear. And also, with your, one of your championship rivals, which was Vil, with the contact last week, gave him a 3-race ban. Do you think this 3-race ban has basically confirmed you for the title fight, or do you think Patrick or Sean or even Kieran or even Anton could now challenge the rest of the season? Because the season is, I believe, almost halfway, as we're on round 5, but what do you think on that?
Well, I've got 5 wins now, and if Simon Pike gets back, there are only 4 races left, so he needs to win every race. If I'm not more than 104 points ahead, and I think I'm now 70 points or so ahead of him, so I don't think he will have even a mathematical chance to win the title after the next 2 rounds. Yeah, so if I've not won the title yet, someone other has to kind of I've no
Step
idea
up.
who can challenge. Yeah, I've no idea who can challenge me, but yeah, I hope someone can at least challenge me in the next rounds for at least the race victory. So yeah, it's not that boring that it was today. Yeah, until I pitted, but without pitting it would have been not interesting for in the end. So yeah.
Okay, then, well,
Next week is in Bahrain. I've not got good pace, so maybe someone can challenge me there. Yeah.
well, you just stole my final question. Actually, what I was about to ask you, but well
Yeah.
then, if Bahrain ain't your strong track and you think somebody could challenge you, well, it would be good to see somebody challenge you, of course, because you have been doing some
Yeah.
good results for F4. But you know, you've well deserved the 5 wins. You know, you have been challenged a few times this season, so you never know. Somebody could just be waiting in the wings, waiting. But hopefully, you do well in Bahrain, and congratulations yet again on the victory today. And hopefully you do well next week.
Can I just say that I'm just realizing that for the first time in the 4BF with all three on the podium getting to the interview. That's quite nice. So I'm not the only one to get interviewed.
True. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, the first round. Simon
I'm
quite
not
doesn't get
completely sure,
interviews.
but you might be right on that, yeah.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, congratulations on your win today, as Jared also said. And good luck for Bahrain.
Yeah.
In the meantime, is there anything more you want to add, Jared?
No, that's it. But that's everything answered. And like I say, congratulations yet again on your win, and hopefully you do well in Bahrain.
Yeah. And
Congrats,
hopefully it will
Louis.
be interesting. Yeah,
And
thank you.
with that, then we're gonna end off tonight's stream. This has been IRL F4 round 5, around Austria, won in the end by Louis Wassman, taking his 5th win in a row. Nonetheless, if you want to watch any more racing, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We will have F1 and F2 going to Austria tomorrow at 6 p.m. before we have F3 and F5 on Sunday at Austria at 4:30 p.m. So with that, hopefully we'll see you again. Good night.